sweater weather in Chicago. It's our fall season, one of my favorite times of the year. Not only do you get to still wear your summer dresses with a sweater over it, but we also get to enjoy anything that has to do with apples and cinnamons. So what we're gonna do is just that. So using seasonal fruit, which is our apples, and herbs that are still in season, basil, sage, rosemary. I got this rosemary from my mother's garden. We're going to dream up a cocktail that you can easily make at home, and I'm going to actually make it in a larger batch in a pitcher, so that way you can spend more time talking it up with your loved ones and less time making individual drinks. So let's get started. So what you're gonna need is some chopped up apples, as I have them here. Herbs that are already in season. I'm gonna choose rosemary today. We have 4 ounces of fresh squeezed lemon juice. I also have a homemade handcrafted cinnamon syrup. The liquor of choice today is going to be rum. And lastly, a sparkling wine to top off the drink. So as we get started, I'm going to use my jigger. I'm gonna make sure I have a 2-ounce jigger. I will need my muddler and some ice. So what we're gonna start off by doing first is muddling the apples. So I'm gonna take a handful of apples. In this case, what fits in here is about 16 ounces. So I took about a quarter worth of apples. I'm also gonna use some of the apples for decoration. So I'm gonna go ahead and muddle that a little bit, give it a bit of a squeeze to get some of those aromas from the apple, the flavor of the apple, and I'm gonna leave it at the end. When we start to add the ice, it won't get in the way when you start to pour your drinks, but I just wanna make sure I get a good chunk of apples in there and the juice. In addition to that, I'm actually gonna add some of this beautiful rosemary just to get some aromas. Slap it against the pitcher for the smell. I'm gonna squeeze that in. So we've got rosemary and apples going on here in the bottom. Lastly, we're gonna add some ice. Probably gonna add about 2 ices in there. We'll add some more later. The ounces of fresh lime juice is going to be 4. So already pre-measure that, starting out with all fresh ingredients first. We've got 2 there. Do another 2. One thing I forgot to mention is you'll need a stirring spoon, which we'll grab. In addition to the fresh squeezed lemon juice, we're gonna do 4 ounces of cinnamon. And the cinnamon simple syrup is homemade. We've now got 4 ounces of cinnamon simple syrup with 4 ounces of lime juice. Lastly, we're going to do the rum. So leave that till the end. And the pour is going to be 8 ounces. All right, we're gonna give it a good stir. So we're gonna get our stirring spoon and get what you can from the bottom. Giving it a good stir before we pour it into a glass. The aroma is already delicious. I'm gonna grab one of our beautiful glasses. Because I'm gonna add sparkling wine on top to top it off, I made sure to grab an Aperol glass. I'm gonna grab this ice in there just to fill her up. I'm gonna go ahead and do a pour. Now that we've got hat, you want to probably do it only 3/4 in because we're going to top it off with the sparkling wine. Before I do that, I'm going to grab a rosemary stick. I'm going to have a garnish by including a slice of apple into the rosemary. Maybe give it a little bit of a smack so you can release those aromas. Top it off with this beautiful sparkling. And now we have what is a fall apple spritz, the little bit of sparkling wine. Give it a little bit of a taste, the aroma again. Screams fall. And the taste, hint of apples, cinnamon. The rum is very light, definitely refreshing. Salud.